Contact Ben for advertisement, sponsorship, or programming opportunities. Please call 0208 8088 800.
My name is Alistair Shode, founder and chief executive officer of Ben Television, the popular and the first ethnic television in Europe. And of course, we bring programs from Africa. We showcase everything that is beautiful about the African continent, about the African people in diaspora. Stay tuned and enjoy this little promo of Ben Television, bridging the gap.
Ben Television is the UK's...
We are live. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're ready for the next 40 hours to be absolutely inspired by an amazing lady. She's beautiful. She shines. Her book is shining. But before I show you her book, let me tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about success. And the question we're asking today is, how far would you go to be successful? How far would you go to be successful? And as usual, your views are very important to me here. So please do give us a call, 028 808 0693. Now, on the panel today, I have a beautiful lady, like I said before. The book cover is absolutely amazing. It's red, it's my favorite color, and the book is called Success, Gravity, 7 Keys to Unlock Your Dreams. Now, the author of the book is Epi Mabika. She's a vocational strategist, motivational speaker, lifestyle coach, and everything positive that you know about. So I'm going to welcome Epi on the panel. Epi, how are you?
I'm very well, Pauline. Thank you so much for having me here.
Good to see you.
Yes.
You're looking nice. You're looking glowing.
Thank you very much. You're
What's your
beautiful
secret?
yourself.
What's your secret?
To stay youthful, because it actually happens to be my birthday today.
Really?
Yes, yes,
oh
yes.
my goodness, don't ask me to sing for you because I can't sing. Maybe somebody watching can sing for you later on.
Yes.
You know, it's her birthday. And sitting very pretty next to AP. I see you've got a glowing smile as well here today.
I'm trying.
Isaac, good to see you again.
Nice to having me here.
When we're talking about success, the young person to bring on the panel is definitely Isaac, because I want to ask him some questions about being successful as a young person.
Thank you for the
I
compliment.
do believe you're successful.
I do too.
Yeah.
I definitely do believe so. So we shall go through the show and find out.
Right. Going back to the book, Epi, this is an amazing cover. Obviously, the book, as you can see, Success, Gravity, 7 Keys to Unlock Your Dream Lifestyle. Epi Mabika is the author of this book. Absolutely beautiful, but the content inside is also amazing. But Epi, I want to ask you, what was your inspiration? What was the one thing, or maybe 2 things, that made you write this book?
Yes. Pauline, well, for the past 10 years, I've really been a student of success. I've been studying all the personal development gurus, all the success people, and I've realized a formula that has worked in my own life. I've seen results in my own life that have been tangible and phenomenal, and I've seen the importance of actually condensing the truths that I've discovered into a book that will serve customers well, that will serve all our viewers well, and will shorten the learning curve for their success. So that was a big inspiration of writing the book. And another thing, I believe that a book is something that will outlive me. Basically, it forms a part of my legacy. It's my legacy journey, significance journey. So it will go to places that I can't go to. It will speak to audiences that I've never spoken to. It can be translated into languages that I myself can't speak. So a book can actually go further than I can go myself. So,
Whoa. Now, you said over the past 10 years, you've been a student of success.
Yes.
Trying to be successful or living success? Which one is it? Were you trying to be successful, or were you, trying to climb up to be successful, or were you actually living success?
I was actually trying the first part. I was actually trying to achieve what success is, until I actually realized that success is not necessarily cars, houses, or big bank account.
Really? Some people might disagree with you.
Yes, I'm sure some people would. It's
so
really
it's nothing to do with your bank account balance.
Nothing to do with your bank balance.
Nothing to do with your Rolls Royce.
No.
Nothing to do with your mansion.
That. No bling. All this is not necessarily. I mean, people can say that.
When somebody sees you, straight away they'll say you're successful because you're blinging. You're successful. You have all the money. You have.
Yes. What I found is that you have to redefine what success is to
Right.
you. It's more about your goals, your dreams, what you want to achieve in life. And if you do achieve it, you're actually successful. Bling doesn't define what success is. I'll give you an example. I owned a convertible Peugeot.
Right.
307cc, like
Right.
top of the range at that time, maybe about 5-6 years ago now.
Right.
And it was on hire purchase. So I actually didn't own the car. I had the symbol of success, but every
But it
time
wasn't yours.
It
still.
wasn't mine.
So you were not feeling that it was yours.
No, no, it just wasn't mine. You know, every time I had to pay the monthly payments, I just had nervous breakdowns. You know, I
Right.
was not successful at all. It just didn't work.
Really?
So that is not success. You can't
Isaac,
define it.
do you agree with that? You know, if you have that blinker, you know, that Lamborghini that we talked about that you want, you know, if you have that, would you not feel that that's it, I've made it, I'm successful?
I believe the Lamborghini is a symbol of my hard work,
Right.
but I don't
Not
believe
success.
that the Lamborghini defines that is me being successful, because success is measured by what you believe is successful. Somebody may just want to get a degree and go and work for a top firm. That is success. Somebody may want to become, for instance, somebody may decide that they want to work at Nando's. And to them, that's being successful. So success doesn't define what you have. It actually defines who you are.
But why is it that, I actually agree with what you say, but why is it that certain times people will say, you know, I've had some people say, you know, we black people in this country, we have these little shops. You know, the Indians have the little corner shops. You know, why don't we have this big this big that? I mean, for me, sometimes I think, this person's little shop is actually this person's success.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
this little barber shop where
Definitely.
he's selling hair products, he's
Absolutely.
selling everything, phone cards and everything. In this little shop is actually his success.
Yes.
I mean, what do you say to somebody who defines that as lack of ambition?
I think that really is success, like you're saying, Pauline. I mean, I totally agree. It's what you define for yourself. You can't allow your life's trajectory to be, directed by somebody else. It has to be within your own means. So it sort of allows you to define it for yourself, and then you can live it out that way, because you can reach it. And the more you reach whatever goal you want, you set bigger goals and you keep achieving that success. Because we can't all have the Lamborghinis. We can't all, have whatever it is that people say is success. So define it for yourself. and
Define
you
it
get there.
all for yourself.
Yes.
Now, your book says, there's 7 keys to unlock your
Yes.
dream lifestyle.
Yes.
You know, if I want the lifestyle of, living in Mauritius, laying on the beach
Yes.
7 days a week, how do I unlock that? How do I follow that dream? It seems hard,
Yes. Yes.
But your book obviously explains it in such a way that, it is, I don't know whether it's strategically easy or just easy. I mean, tell us a bit more.
Yes. Well, I've got the keys, Pauline.
Yes.
If you want to live in Mauritius, I've got the keys for you. Basically, success gravity. The gravity bit is twofold. First of all, it's an acronym for goals, relationships, attitude, vision, integrity, time management, and your contribution.
Right.
So basically, it's moving from the notion of just success to significance, how you can actually contribute to somebody else's life. That's the big picture. How you can change other people. When you're more significant, your success can be celebrated. But if you're successful on your own, it becomes selfish and it doesn't go anywhere. It's fleeting. It lacks gravity. It lacks gravitas.
That's very interesting, that you need to be successful with other people,
Yes.
not on your own.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Definitely.
And Isaac,
Elaborate.
Well, I believe you cannot be a millionaire on your own simply because you have to be able to help other people who are going to help you on your journey. For instance, if I decide that I want to open a shop, for instance, and I may just want to sell, let's just say, Quavers crisps, just as an example, I need people to come into the shop to buy. So it takes more than just one person to become successful. And I then need to reproduce in the shop for them to come and buy again. And then I'm going to need to hire people. So success is a joint venture, almost. That's what it
It
is.
is a joint
Venture.
dotted.
Yes, it takes more than one person.
But why do a lot of us struggle with, never mind defining success, but being successful? Is it because we don't know what success is?
Yes.
We're trying to find what's not there.
Yes. Yes.
Is that the reason why we struggle?
I think because society for a long time has actually defined what it is for us. So it's all about the definition from the base. It's defined it as cars, houses, a lot of money, women, even, men. But then that's not
What do you
success.
mean, women?
Women and men, like if a man has a lot of women,
Yes.
people tend to say that person is successful because he can afford to have a lot of women. But that really
you mean
is not
the
success.
polygamy kind of thing? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that really is, and it really goes back to the crunch of how you define what success is. Yes.
Right. In your journey of trying to become successful, what things did you discover that are very, very essential, are key, important things for one to become successful and one to define that success in their own way? Mm-hmm. What key things did you discover?
For me, it's very important to have the right relationships in place. You need to have mentors, you need to have coaches, people that have been where you're trying to go, and so that you have somewhere to fall back on, because it really is a journey. It's not a destination, it's a journey, and you need to be walking with different people to hold your hand along the way.
Definitely.
I've also found that it's very important to have integrity. So your legal, ethical, and moral stance must be right within, whether it's business or whether it's in your personal life. For you to be successful, you need to be honest. You need to be a person of integrity, because that is the backbone of success, to keep everything together. That's the gravitational pull that keeps all the ingredients together.
Right, but you know, when you're growing up as an African child, your parents sort of tells you, I don't know whether it's changed these days, but my dad still wants me to go to Cambridge to this day, Cambridge University. For him, that's success. But Dad, you need to know that I've been to Cambridge to give speech, but not to study. Yes. But, you have, the older people, your dad or somebody who's your mentor, defining success for you, defining that, okay, in order to be successful in life, you're going to have to be a lawyer, you're going to have to be a doctor, you're going to have to be, how do you place that kind of success that somebody is trying to enforce onto you?
Yes.
Can I answer that one?
Yes, you answer that, because I think you're still dealing with your mama.
Yeah, can I answer that one? I believe for that level of success, you just have to accept that times are different. So in the times of when my mother and my father were growing up, having a degree and becoming a lawyer was successful. And that was the end, or that was the end point of goal where they wanted to get to, for them to have a specific lifestyle to also be able to raise us as children. Now, times are different now, where there's more information that's been given to the rest of the world. So some people are now aware that you may not have to be a lawyer to be successful. You can wake up tomorrow and you may decide to be a rapper, and you can still earn as much money and have a lawyer that works for you. Yes. But that option wasn't available at the time, or the information wasn't available to our parents at that time. So we're all still learning on this level journey of success, because success to me is not in particular something where if you do this, and this, you're going to be successful. Success defines who you are. Success is a journey within yourself.
Right.
And the level of success that you actually want to attain will define who you are. You may have to sacrifice the person that you are to become successful. And some people may not understand that. For instance, you may wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and start your day. But if you want to become a multi-millionaire, you may have to wake up at 6 o'clock. So you may have to sacrifice what Isaac once was to become the new Isaac that is successful. And success is a mind state. You shouldn't be afraid to go anywhere. If you want to be successful, you can go anywhere you want, mingle with who you want to mingle with.
That's very interesting. Epi, what do you have to say about that?
I agree, particularly with the first part where he was talking about parents. In their era, someone who was a doctor and lawyer was successful, and they truly were, because then they wouldn't have any trouble with the bills. They wouldn't have any issues besides the normal everyday things that human beings face. So that was that time. But now we're living in the technology age, where someone can just start a business in their basement and really, really make it big.
Right.
Yes. It's the technology age now.
You mentioned something very quickly I don't want to forget. You said something about the bills. Can you struggle paying your bills but be successful at the same time? Say you're successful but you're struggling to pay your bills.
I would tend not to agree.
You're struggling to pay your
Because-
fare from point A to B.
Yeah, for me.
So that's not successful.
For me, that's not success. If you're struggling, if there's any struggle in any area of your life, I do talk about in my book about the wheel of life, which is the 8 different areas of your life. So you're talking about your physical health, your relationships, your career, businesses, personal finances. So everything has to really be balanced for you to say you are successful. There has to be a sort of balance within the life.
Right.
So if you find yourself struggling in a certain area, that really doesn't come under success. You can work towards it and bring the balance, but then, yeah, it doesn't.
I think
actually-
Isaac wants to say something, but I want to say something
can
too. But
see him
Isaac, you go on
bursting.
fast. Go on.
I believe you can struggle to pay the bills and want to be successful. Now, I'll use myself as an
Right.
example, right? Okay, I lived a certain lifestyle where I had a job, I had a 9 to 5. and I
9
was
to
earning,
5.
And I was working.
Did you call that success, your 9 to 5?
Well, from where I had previously come from, in terms of the mind state, the area, that was defined as success. Not many people was working where I was working at that time at 19 years of age. So a lot of people defined that successful. My mum defined that successful.
But you did not define that as successful.
In the beginning I did, but once I was inside in working where I was working, I realized, well, I'm still not happy.
This is why I say success is a journey. Sorry
Yeah,
to interject. It's, each stage you can get to achieve a certain goal and you say, yes, I've attained success. And then you stretch further, you attain another goal, and then it's successful again. So it does change. It's a journey.
Yes.
So you were able to pay your bills. You were not out of money, but then you thought you were not successful.
No. So I decided to quit my day job. And then that's when reality hit me. But then that is, again, what I'm talking about success. I was prepared to sacrifice the bog standard Isaac that I was to become a new Isaac. So I had a month where it was difficult to pay direct debits or difficult to pay my phone bill. But I knew what
Is it because you wanted to do whatever you enjoyed doing,
I
even
want-
though there was no money coming in?
Well, I wanted to get to the point where I can earn in what I love doing. So I had to lose the day job, which was giving me an X amount of money every month, to then take up a new position, to then work on that as hard as I was working on when I was doing a 9 to 5, to then to become to the level that I am at now. So there will always be a gap for anybody that wants to be successful. There will always be a gap where if you decide to make a change, there's going to be a point where you are going to be tested. How much do you really want to be successful? Is it something that you're just saying, or is it something that you want to do? Because in order to change, there will always be a sacrifice of who you were before.
I want to say something about this gap, especially in the entertainment industry. You and me know what I'm talking about. You know, Isaac is a music director and producer. Going back to being successful, yet you've got no fare to go from point A to B. There's a lot of that in the entertainment industry. I mean, how do we define that? How do we define that? Essentially, that's what you did. You quit the bank where you had you could
Yes.
pay your direct debits, your money was rolling in.
Girls
then
were
you
coming in.
Yeah,
I
girls
was
were coming in.
driving I was driving a nice car,
Exactly.
but that wasn't success to me.
And then
because it
you go
wasn't
into
enough.
this industry, entertainment industry, where, presumably you even struggle to buy a drink for a girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I mean, what kind of success is that, Epi? Surely. So what kind of success is
I
that?
would say it's more of it's a dreamer. Someone who dreams. You can be stopped along the way. You can have obstacles. And people may look at you and think you're not successful. But if you know what your dream is, that is the journey. That is the journey to where you want to get to. Success is a journey and not a destination.
Right.
Yes.
I'm a little bit confused about that bit, but I think it's for another panel. So I want to dig deep a bit more in this the entertainment industry and the success,
Or the entertainment.
what we call about success in the industry. But going back to your book, if somebody wants to buy this book and read it, of course, Success, Gravity, 7 Keys to Unlock Your Dream Lifestyle. If somebody wants to buy it, AP, where would they get it? And also, what would they get out of buying this beautiful book. The cover is so beautiful. Red is my favorite color. I love it.
Yes, if someone wants to purchase a book or bulk copies, you
Yes.
can get them from my website, which is www.successgravity.com. And you can also get it from Amazon.com, so it's available there. I would tell you the price is very minuscule compared to the amount of information that is life transforming that you can get from here. I'll read a testimonial from one of my readers.
Yes, of course. Mhm.
This is Victor Granville that says, "This book is rich in content and will positively impact your world. It is packed with wisdom nuggets and strategies to create the life that you want." He's a professional coach and a speaker and a human behavior specialist. And also Sally Pedersen from Canada. She says you can open the book that will open your mind to new knowledge, leading to dramatic success in your life and business right now. Look no further. So you're getting information that will potentially transform your life
For
and
good.
your business as well for good, for a minimal amount, £12, $15. But then you get years of research, you get my experience as well that has led me to a place that I call success. And as well as other experts that are successful as well. So you're getting all that. It's a shortcut to the learning curve of your success.
So in your book, on the back of it, it
Yes.
says, does your work life seem empty? Are you frustrated with life? Is your job just a meaningless occupation to get the bills paid? That refers to Isaac, who used to work in the bank, pay bills, but he thought it was boring, go to a job entertainment industry that doesn't pay him. So that refers to him.
In the
Are
beginning.
Yes, yes.
In the beginning, I don't
You
suffer
just-
like that anymore. Just let the people know.
Are you just hanging in there so you can retire and finally do what you really want to? Actually, that's what I want to come to. Are you just hanging in there so you can retire and finally do what you really want to? And presumably this is what success is about, wanting to do what you really want to do.
Yes.
But at what stage in one's life should somebody wake up and say, you know what, this is what I really want to do now? At what stage in one's life?
I would say for all those that are watching today, it doesn't matter what stage you are, how old you are, what you've been through, and you know what you're looking forward to. Today is the day to start looking forward to doing what you love. You start to decide for yourself what it is that you want to do in life, what your passions, what your hobbies are. And if you solicit help from someone like a coach, I'm a coach, so I help people, I align them to their purpose so that they can create that dream lifestyle that they desire. So it's not just looking out there for a 9-to-5 job just to get the bills paid, you know, or for example, if you want to stay at home, look after your children, it doesn't have, you don't have to be torn between should I stay at home or should I go and get a job so that I get an income and then miss out on, you know, my children
on your
growing
children.
up. Yeah, you don't need to be
Because a
torn
lot of
between
women
that.
struggle with that.
Exactly, especially, you know, following the global recession, that's very true. But then you can actually stay at home, look after the children and have a home-based business. So for example, you can become a virtual assistant, you can start a cake baking business. You can do a lot of things. You can be entrepreneurial in the way that you think, as opposed to just doing what has been prescribed by the world, so to speak. So you can have the best of both worlds, because what you want is to stay at home, look after the children, that's what you love, but then you don't want to compromise by actually going to work to get a 9-to-5.
To work for somebody else.
Yeah.
But a lot of motivational speakers and strategists, there must have been a defining moment, something that happened in their lives. I mean, I follow Les Brown a lot,
Yes.
and one of the things he talks about is how he got into radio. He became a radio DJ
Yes.
because somebody was off sick or somebody, you know, something
Yes,
like that, and he
yes,
just
yes.
faked it till he made it. Was there a defining moment for you?
I will say in terms of finding my voice, because I
Yes.
think my voice speaks of who I am, it speaks of my mission and my purpose. So there was a defining moment, yes. I'll tell you a bit of a story about it. I'm the last born of
In your
6
family?
children in my family, yes.
Oh, you're spoiled.
Yeah.
You're the spoiled one.
Funny enough, I wasn't really spoiled. I was quite a responsible, last born. But being from the cultural background that I am, it meant
Which is
that
Zimbabwe.
I'm from Zimbabwe, yes, I'm from Zimbabwe. So culturally, it means that if you're last born, you're last to speak, you're last to dish out food.
You're always last in the queue.
You're just last
If
in
there's no
everything.
food left, then tough luck.
That's it, tough luck, not even the crumbs are yours.
Right.
So it was that kind of setup, and that's not to say I didn't grow up in a loving home. I definitely grew up in a very loving home. I love my parents, my brothers and sisters, everyone. They know that. But then because of the cultural setup, I took that mindset to school with me that it means that
You
I'm
were
last.
always last.
Yeah, I'm
Even
always
at school, you
last
didn't
in
want to go.
everything. Yeah. So when the teacher would ask for like any questions, I would whisper out the answers, or I'd sort of wait for permission to speak. Like,
Or you wait for somebody
after
else.
everybody else,
Yes.
I'm the last to speak. So
Yes.
it was like self-sabotage. I had told myself that. Even in swimming galas as well, I remember I used to swim a lot, and I was very good at that. And there was a particular race that I was going to win. But just as I was about to beat the defending champion, I looked up, and then I stopped for some reason. And she beat me. So I missed out on that gold, but that's because of that self-sabotage. I'd said to myself, how can I possibly take up the trophy? How can I take up the title? So because of that, it was a mindset that I developed for myself. But then a friend of mine invited me to a youth camp. And on the first night, they said, we're all not going to sleep until everyone stands up, tells us about their dreams, their background, their hopes and aspirations and everything.
Right.
And that actually was a changing point, because when I got up and started speaking, no one interrupted me. They were all looking and smiling and nodding. And, from then I grew wings. I got confident.